everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Double Dose of Disney podcast. My name is Brittany, and I'm joined here by my fabulous and amazing husband, Tony. This week, we are talking all about our favorite snacks at Walt Disney World, but in particular at the Magic Kingdom. When we first started the podcast, I asked over on Instagram, what are some topics that you would like to hear us talk about? And a resounding answer was your favorite snacks and treats. So we decided to break it up by park or by like park versus Disney Springs, whatever, just because there's so many different amazing things to eat in the Disney parks.
Snacks. We're here for the snacks. What do you think about the topic today? I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
It's kind of challenging almost in a way though.
It is kind of challenging. Yesterday, we always kind of like prep for the podcast, of course, before we do it. And so we went through and we're thinking of different snacks. I think it's a cool topic to talk about too, because next year the dining plan starts back on January 9th. So all of these items will be a snack credit on the dining plan.
And these snacks are the ones that we normally would get though.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, definitely. And like for me, I don't know how you did it. Like when you're brainstorming, it's always easiest for me to go through by land. So I tried to choose one snack in each land.
I'm almost pretty much went by what I usually get first.
Oh, that's cool.
And a couple of bonuses.
Yeah.
Ready to jump in?
Yep, let's do it.
What do you got? Number one. What land? Where are we starting?
Main Street.
Let's see if I can follow you.
Street. For me, I chose the create your own popcorn from the Main Street Confectionery. We, on our last trip to Disney, went to the Main Street Confectionery during our Magic Kingdom day, and I got the popcorn for the first time. It was so much fun. You can grab like different flavors of popcorn. You kind of pick your popcorn flavoring. Then you pick your syrup. And then you pick which candies you want to add to it. So I thought it was a great snack. At the time they gave it to me in that paper bag, remember?
I think you defaulted that, but you wanted something different. It was your first time getting it though, right?
Yeah. It was my first time. It was my first time getting it. So my first snack that I chose was the create your own popcorn for the Main Street Confectionery. We got that on our last trip for the first time. What you do is you go to the popcorn stand and you can choose a few different flavors. I think they had like the confetti flavor and butter and caramel, and then you choose different syrups that you can add to it. And then you choose your toppings. You can do like a couple of different syrups. You can do a couple of different candies. And the pricing kind of goes from there. I tried to pull up pricing for the Main Street Confectionery popcorn stand, but there's not really any. Remember we grabbed it last time on our trip, and we, like, at the time they gave it to us in a paper bag. I think now it comes in like a bowl.
Yeah, it's changed the container.
Yeah. Yeah, which maybe that may make it more like to-goable, you know?
I think a bag's pretty to-goable too.
True. I remember my plan was, you had said that, yeah, you thought that wasn't my first choice. I think that it probably wasn't. So what we're going to do is, kind of as a side note, I eat gluten-free in the parks. I eat gluten-free at home. Tony doesn't always stick to eating gluten-free. So some of these items may happen to be gluten-free on his list, but all of mine are gluten-free. Of course, if you have like celiac or something like that, always check with the cast member.
I think every one of mine is not.
That's just how we roll. Mine is a preference, so check with the cast members at the stands if that's more of a concern for you. For me, I can just like look on the website and then I'm good to go. But I think I went to the confectionery and I was like, I really want a gluten-free snack. Couldn't find anything, and then I defaulted, like you said, to the popcorn, but I loved it.
Well, it was a good one you never had before. You're trying something new.
Yeah,
my plan.
Yeah, my plan was to like snack on it that afternoon and then eat it during the fireworks, and it definitely did not make it to the fireworks.
That's a chocolatey one too on a hot day.
Yeah, it was cold then. It was February.
That's cool. So that's your one.
Yes, that's my one.
Is that one because it was just your first one you thought of, or is your number one because it's number one?
It's one because it's the first one when you walk into the park.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay, I'm gonna go out of order then. Stay on the same road. Turning the corner to Casey's Corner is the corn dog nuggets. Which some of these I was putting down, I didn't know if they were actually snacks, but I think they actually are all classified as snacks, even though they're small meals.
Is Casey's corn dog, does it come with fries too, or is it just the corn dog nuggets?
Let's find out.
I thought it came with fries.
Looking at the corn dog nuggets, it does come with choice of fries or your cuties.
Oh, okay.
And I was thinking about it in Disney, even though it's probably considered an entree. Even if it's, no matter what it's classified as in Disney, everything is a snack.
True. Well, and we usually always split those. Like, that's something that we get that we typically split.
Nah, depends on the day. That's always a good. That's one like the mobile order. We're just cruising by no matter what time.
Yeah. Going to Casey's is always so fun too because they have the Main Street pianist that's like playing a lot of times. Remember he was playing last trip? I was actually on the phone with Disney talking to a Disney about a client's vacation. It was kind of an emergency, and you were sitting there, and like it was just like so like it was just such like this like perfect ambiance.
You got to catch them though because I think there's only 2 or 3 times a day they're actually out there.
Yeah.
But the corn dog nuggets are a staple. I think everyone's gonna heard about those now because you can get them outside of the parks now, or you maybe always have.
I think you always have. I grew up eating corn dog nuggets at my grandma's
They're just more magical in the magic.
Yes, they are.
The ketchup tastes better.
And
the grease tastes greasier.
There are actually a couple of locations you can get them from.
What's the other one?
We were watching a vlog on it yesterday. Westward Hill in Frontierland, you can get corn dog nuggets.
Yeah, it's not the same. You gotta get it from Casey's Corner.
Oh yeah, for sure. Casey's Corner has the best atmosphere. Like that's like the place you go to Disney and it's right on the corner of Main Street. You're looking at the castle. There's like you can catch a castle stage show. There can be a parade.
My pro tip on this one, I think I've done the last 2 times, is I order that sucker before we even get in. Scoop it around the corner going in.
And I will say this, like, I can eat a hot dog anywhere, and to me a hot dog is a hot dog. But, like, I like hot dogs, but, like, they're not necessarily any different from Casey's, but the corn dog nuggets are different from Casey's versus other places.
Disney just knows what to do.
They do. It's either Disney knows what to do or we're just so, like, lured in by Disney. We're in the deep, dark web.
It's all better, folks. It's all better.
True.
Number 2?
Number 2 for me, so continuing in, when we go to Magic Kingdom, we always kind of go to the left. So we go to Adventureland. And for me, if I'm going to get something in Adventureland, I'm going to go with the Dole Whip. I don't always get this every single trip, but Dole Whip is pineapple Dole Whip served with your choice. The website says Dole pineapple juice. Oh wait, that's a pineapple float. Where's the Dole Whip? Pineapple Dole Whip cup. Choice of pineapple Dole, vanilla Dole Whip, or swirl.
Tongue twister.
Yeah. So I always get the pineapple Dole Whip, and that's my favorite to get. You can get, they have like different flavors that rotate out and stuff like that. It's $5.99. It's basically like if I'm eating ice cream, most of the time I get like sorbet, and that's pretty much like what a Dole Whip is to me.
So disclaimer, folks, if you're hearing clickety clackety clickety clack, we're still trying to figure out how we do this thing with our dog. We're not sure if we need to get socks or a muzzle or what we do. But we're figuring it out. Bear with us.
Yeah, and
we will proceed.
Our dog just keeps walking around right now for some reason, which he never, ever, ever does.
So going back to number 1, I had another side. It could be and or, but the chili cheese fries, I've done that before too. Instead of getting the corn dog nuggets.
You're still at Casey's?
Well, I had it and I forgot to mention it.
Oh, okay.
Because this one actually is, I think, classified as a snack or a side. So that would be.
I'm pretty sure.
It's a toss-up.
I'm pretty sure last trip
Walt's chili.
When we went,
Walt's chili.
Yeah, you got Walt's chili for cheese fries, and you got corn dog nuggets, and that was your snack.
Still a snack.
Yeah.
Everything's a snack, folks. It doesn't matter how big it is. So we joke about it at home.
True. Well,
I need a snack no matter where we're at.
Last time we were at Disney,
I need a snack.
I told Tony, I said, everybody at Disney is just walking around looking for the next snack. And I kid you not, we were at Indiana Jones in Hollywood Studios, and we heard this lady walk up, and she's like, I got some snacks just in case anybody needed any. So our tagline link the rest of the trip was, I need a snack. I need a snack.
It's just a mental thing.
Yeah.
It's like a comfort. You got to have a snack or a drink in your hand.
And I think people...
And if you don't have one, you're thinking about it.
Yeah, and I think people underestimate the quality of Disney snacks. Like, Disney has an entire food and beverage department, obviously, but they have a...
Taste testers or what?
A kitchen that they spend months testing snacks in. For the festivals, for the holidays, for like all of those special treats and stuff go through like anything that's at Disney was once tested in this food lab.
So it's like Imagineers but foodiners.
Yes. So I feel like people really like underestimate the quality of Disney food, and then you go to Disney and you're like, wow, this food is really good.
Corn dogs, they just heated those things. They were perfect temperature.
And
perfect amount of grease.
Like the Magic Kingdom, for the most part, it has like the most American food. Like I feel like when you're going to Disney, you want to be able to get, you know, like there's so many different like cultures or countries that you can get like food that originated there or whatever. And the Magic Kingdom, I feel like most of it, for the most part, is American food. But there's still some things that you can find that are done really well.
Did we preface this one as we're in the Magic Kingdom only on this
one?
Okay, good. So, number 2, but it was number 1 on my sheet. I think this is the first one I usually get most of the time, is the spring rolls right outside Adventureland.
Yep, because we start in Adventureland.
It's not there all the time. I don't know the hours. I don't know if they have hours, but it's usually later morning, 10, 11 o'clock. And they do kind of rotate out. They had the 50 last time we were there. I think right now they got cheeseburger, and I think there's a new cordon bleu spring roll.
Is that what they call it? They call it the cordon bleu, or do they call it like ham, cheese, and chicken?
I think that's what everybody else calls it, but yeah, I think they call it cordon bleu spring rolls.
Okay, there's only 2. That makes more sense.
$9.50, but I don't really care. It's worth it to me.
I don't think I've ever tasted them. Like, I think that, what was the pepper...
You tasted the first time. Our first trip.
Yeah. Tony always usually eats them, and I mean, I guess it can
That is a snack.
I was going to say...
They're pretty decent size, even though they were almost $10, but... For me, it's a must-do.
I guess they could be considered like a shareable snack, quote unquote, if like if you want to eat like one. When we go to Disney, we really like eat. I typically like always eat breakfast before we leave the resort at one of the quick service places. I'll grab like a kid's meal for breakfast or something like that, just because I need something, and then we'll snack our way around the parks, eat like a quick service lunch, and then we'll typically eat like a table service dinner.
So going out of order and going whatever, because you're right in there, is a coffee. It can still be a snack. And that's something we always have. Usually first thing, but either way, or pick me up later.
And you can grab coffee from like several locations through the Magic Kingdom. Obviously, if you want to get a Starbucks, you can go to the Main Street Bakery. That's the Starbucks location, or...
Usually a lot busier.
Yes, or you can go to Joffrey's Revive in Tomorrowland, which is the only, like, Joffrey's stand inside the Magic Kingdom. Otherwise, you're just grabbing, like, Joffrey's brewed coffee from a quick service or something, yeah. So, what would you get from Joffrey's?
Nice.
What?
What do you think I'd get?
If Tony's getting a coffee, he's going to get an iced caramel latte with oat milk.
If they got it. I don't think they even have oat milk.
Almond milk.
Either one.
Yeah.
Oat preferably.
Tony tries not to do dairy. So, it depends on the stand. I think they have oat milk typically.
Yeah, it depends.
That's a busier location.
I think they were at a few times at the Skyliner.
But I will say this, like, we love Joffrey's coffee. We like it because it's kind of a Disney thing. It's a Florida thing. We can't just, like, go through a Joffrey's at home and grab coffee like we could at Starbucks. But with that said, the nice thing about the Main Street Bakery, like over at the Joffrey stand, they have big donuts, and you've got
the big donuts are the bomb.
Yeah, for me...
There's 3 donuts in one.
They're huge. For me, as someone who doesn't eat gluten, I would probably go to Starbucks. The only thing in the Starbucks locations at Disney World that my bone to pick is they don't have the egg bites. And I love the egg bites, but they don't have the egg bites.
So back to Magic Kingdom.
Oh, sorry. Well, but
next snack. Keep it on.
I had Joffrey's on mine too.
Okay.
I would get obviously an iced vanilla latte with almond milk. And sometimes we grab those before we get into the park in the morning. But
depends how long that line is.
True, that line is sometimes long.
We usually scoop and come back whenever we see it halfway down.
I guess something that we don't ever really think about too is you don't technically you can't necessarily get one of the iced lattes from the Joffrey stands, from the Pinocchio's Village House, for example, serves the cold brew. You can get a cold brew, but you can't get an iced vanilla latte with almond milk. You know what I mean? From one of those quick service locations. But the advantage of that would be you could actually mobile order your coffee. You can't mobile order from the Joffrey stand in Tomorrowland. That's why the line gets so long.
So on another note, talking about snacks, for somebody who may not know, you can actually bring your own snacks into the park.
Yes.
So what's the specifics on that one?
So you can bring anything into the park that does not need to be refrigerated or heated up in your park bag for the day. You can't bring in a cooler. You can bring in...
Can't bring your own beer, folks. That's a
no-go. Especially
Magic
Kingdom
is dry for the most part. Yeah. Some restaurants.
Magic Kingdom, you can only have beer and wine and then select mixed drinks at table service locations. And not every table service location even has mixed drinks.
If you want to save $1, you can bring your own goldfish. You can bring your own cheeses. Yes.
But do you remember when we were outside of the Haunted Mansion in September and there was a family, they were from somewhere in Europe.
That was a good one.
I don't even know.
It was pouring rain. We sat up next to somebody next to what's the Haunted Mansion gift shop?
The Memento Mori.
And this brother
had
hard-boiled eggs.
A carton of hard-boiled eggs. It was I don't remember, it was 80-something degrees, humid, and they're peeling hard-boiled eggs out of a carton. So gross.
You throw up in your mouth in the next ride.
Yeah, I don't even like hard-boiled eggs, at all, much less yeah.
People talk about a turkey leg now. This is no.
Yeah. So you can really bring, so if you are trying to do Disney on a budget, or maybe you have dietary constrictions or something like that, or especially for little ones, you can bring your own snacks into the parks. That's definitely a way to kind of save money and stuff like that. For our girls, we'll probably end up eventually bringing in Cheerios and stuff like that, so you're not spending money on the Mickey-shaped goldfish that you pay for in the park versus you can get at H-E-B or, How
about
whatever.
Containers? You bring them filled up with water?
Yes. So that's one of the things that we always do is have a tumbler. Typically, we'll buy a tumbler that's themed to the resort we're staying at, and we fill it up with water in the parks.
Can you bring it in with you?
Yeah, you can bring it in with you with water in it. And a lot of times, too, another thing, too, is some people don't like the taste of the water at Disney. You can bring, water flavoring with you and put that in your drink.
With the pro tip bomb.
Number
3, what do you got?
LeFou's Brew over at Gaston's Tavern. I honestly have never gotten this snack before, but on our trip to Universal last time, I tried the frozen butterbeer, and I didn't think I was going to like it. I don't typically like incredibly sweet things, but the butterbeer, has a hold on me. And I think it's so good. And the LeFou's Brew is frozen apple juice with a hint of toasted marshmallow and topped with an all-natural passion fruit mango foam. The price is $6.29. It's served at Gaston's Tavern in Fantasyland. And of course, I was trying to choose one snack from each land. So I think the LeFou's Brew is the contender for what I would get in Fantasyland.
Okay, well, I'm going to stick right there then, too, because I've got the same thing. One that I haven't tried, that I've seen every time, that I've tasted through pictures. The Gaston's Tavern is a cinnamon roll. And I think just because this one's so out of the way, we never really get over there.
Yeah.
It's kind of tucked in there. By the time we think about it, we're not even hungry.
Yeah, and the thing is, for Magic Kingdom, when you go into the park for early entry, if you're a Disney Resort guest, when you're allowed in for early entry, that's 30 minutes before the park opens to the general public, you can enter into Tomorrowland or Fantasyland and begin riding rides. So first thing in the morning, Fantasyland and Tomorrowland are packed. We're not proponents of going for like early morning entry. And for that reason, I think maybe that's why we don't ever go to Gaston's Tavern, because it's always so crowded.
This thing looks bomb.com, it's not even $7. It's really good. It's big. So that's on the to-do list next time we were doing it.
Yeah, well, and I guess we'll probably be at the parks earlier because we'll have our girls with us. So we'll probably be on a different schedule. But we don't usually get to Magic Kingdom late. We usually get there at like, the park opens at like 9, we'll get there at 10. We're not there for rope drop.
Depends on the family. We were kind of stacking our lightning lanes, I think, most of the time coming in there last 2 times. So we had a few rides ready to rock and roll before we got there.
Yeah, and we usually just always kind of go with the flow at Disney. Like, that's kind of our favorite thing to do because everybody else is rushing around. And
we mosey in at 10 and just scoot around the corner, get some corn dog nuggets.
Because we know that we're going to be there until close. So why, like, rush to get there? The only park we do that to is Hollywood Studios because I got to be there as soon as I can.
So we scooted through. We knocked out 2 right there. Same place. One that we'd never have both put it on our list. That was going to be the one that had that.
Yeah.
One that I have had, I think it's the first time I got last time. I was one of the ones I wanted to try for a long time was the chicken and waffle. It's Sleepy Hollow. And I think it's really good. I think they consider it a snack too.
I was going to say, is that a snack?
It's classified as a snack. It's not the cheapest, but it's a lot of food. It's like $12, but it has sweet and spicy chicken waffle sandwiches, broccoli slaw, and honey sriracha glaze served with house-made chips. It is not really a snack. It's kind of a full meal, but hey. It was a snack to me that day.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, I remember that day you got it. Well, remember in September?
It may not have
I think you've gotten it twice. You got it in September, right? And you got it in February? And I
think it was a meal last time.
I think it says on here, it says sandwiches on here. It says sweet and spicy chicken waffle sandwich.
Okay. You got me.
On the fruit waffle, that's a snack. Yeah.
Depends on what you look at.
Well, that's a sandwich too. Oh, that's weird.
So I'm looking at the tip board, folks. I mean, it's actually classified as a snack, even though but then it says entrees and everything in it. I don't know.
So maybe if you're gonna get this one, maybe if you're on the dining plan, maybe check with.
I don't think it's gonna be on there as a snack.
I don't think so. That's a big snack.
Yeah.
But if you can find a snack that's $12, get it because that's gonna maximize.
We're not talking about the dining plan this one. If it's a snack to me, it's a snack today.
Look, I love the dining plan. We all know that.
Snack it up.
I actually had something from Sleepy Hollow too. I don't ever get food there, but I do love the house-made chips that come with the sandwich that Tony was talking about. They're potato chips, and they're just like, they're like real thin chips you would get at a festival.
So what we do is we tend to go back to the same places. So what you want to do is have a plan for what you want to get in the park and know what you're going to go for. If not, we default for the same stuff.
Right.
So we've never had the cinnamon roll.
True. Yeah, but you're not going to get, okay, for the chicken and waffle sandwich, when you got it in September, you actually got it for dinner. And you mobile ordered it. I got Pinocchio's Village House, and then we ate at Pinocchio's Village House. And I think you just ate the waffle and the fried chicken, and then I got gluten-free chicken strips and a salad, and I ate some of your chips. Because the chips, the house-made chips that they have are it's like the old school, like really thin potato chips that you get from a fair or something like that.
Yeah, it beats your standard French fry. You get fries everywhere with everything.
Yeah, and I think like our first couple of trips, we didn't know that they had these like house-made chips at places. And then we were watching vlogs and we were like, wow, that looks really good. Like, why don't we get that anywhere? So when we see those now, we're like, yeah, we'll take that instead of the French fry. It's all still a potato, but it tastes a little different. So those you can get from Sleepy Hollow Refreshments, and those are a snack, and it's $2.99. So it's not going to be like expensive or anything like that, but it's a good snack if you're just like wanting something different. that you're not going to get everywhere.
So moving on, is that your list?
That is actually my list.
That's the list. Yeah, Magic Kingdom. Hey, comment your favorite snacks.
No, you're leaving one off.
I've got one more. I just don't want to forget about. Hey, giving the shout out for. Let us know what yours is. Mickey bar.
The classic.
Which you can get anywhere.
Yeah.
But in Magic Kingdom, it just hits a little different.
Mm-hmm.
The OG.
Yeah.
I think that was the first park we had the most in that park, maybe?
Probably. Our first trip, we were like kids. Like, it's a ice cream bar that's covered in chocolate, shaped in Mickey.
You gotta have one.
You can get the Mickey ice cream sandwich. You can also get the Mickey bar.
It's not exclusive, we know. But it was kind of like an add-on on the bottom of my list.
Oh, no, but you're forgetting the one that you said you were going to talk about today. The candied bacon from Westward Ho and Frontierland.
Forgot again.
So
Another one that we haven't even had, though, but yeah, the bacon on a stick upside down.
Yes.
That thing looks like a thick piece of bacon, too. That one looks like a good snack. I don't think it's cheap. I think it's like $9 or something.
Yeah, so Westward Ho is a snack stand in Frontierland. And
they have cold brew too as well, right?
You can get cold brew there. They have like new like breakfast sandwiches and stuff like that they're kind of debuting like all around Disney. You can also get jalapeno poppers there, which to me look like the jalapeno poppers you can get at like Sonic or something. I don't even know if Sonic
I've had them before.
Jalapeno poppers.
They're not special.
But this is also the same location you can get corn dog nuggets from. You can't mobile order at this location, but they have a candied bacon skewer. It's brown sugar coated, and it's served with chips for $9.99.
Something just hit me. It's going to be the snack of the year. Probably not the year. Probably just the snack. Period. If it comes, which I think it will, to Magic Kingdom in that area, is going to be the new ride, Tiana's snack cart. It's going to be outside with the beignets.
Yeah, that'll go.
Everybody's manifesting it already, but we know it's going to happen. We don't know what it's going to happen.
When it comes in and Tiana's Bayou Adventure opens in 2024.
If they're pumping in the smells, everybody knows there's a cart coming, and that's a moneymaker, and that will be the snack of Magic Kingdom.
Is Westward Ho the location that's closest to Tiana's? I don't think so. I think Westward Ho is further away. I think it's closer to like Country Bear Jamboree. But either way, they're definitely going to have beignets. Beignets and
more than just a cart like a spring roll thing. Better be a station locked to the ground, and it better be stocked and no selling out. And
Disney were demanding that they have the gluten-free beignets at the Magic Kingdom too, not just the regular ones.
They're probably gonna have those special ones too, like they have for right now for the Mickeys, the Oreo.
Yeah, right now the only place to grab beignets at Disney World is at Port Orleans French Quarter. So you have to go over there. We've always wanted to try them. We've just never gone to Port Orleans because it's kind of out of the way unless you're staying at one of the Port Orleans resorts to grab the beignets there.
That's what Disney's known for. You're never going to see it all.
True.
There's always something for next time.
You always have to come back.
Well, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Until next time.
So... So, as always, if you have any suggestions for... Hold on. That's going to do it for this week's episode. But, as always, if you have any suggestions for topics, or if you have a favorite snack that we left off the list, let us know about it. Go ahead and give us a follow at the Double Dose of Disney fam on Instagram and TikTok. And please, please, please leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. That does so much to help us and to... gain new listenership. But we will see you next week.
See y'all next time.